Hi, I'm Tim Rhodes with Park Bench Bowen Island, and I'm here to introduce Nectar Yoga, Andrea Clark, and Sat Pandur. I know that you have had quite a journey between your former lives and being on Bowen Island. Would you like to kind of give us a brief history?
So my husband and I, we worked in the corporate world, and through a series of multiple events, we decided to take leaves from our jobs and essentially go traveling for a year. And while we were on an 18-hour train ride in India, we realized that we didn't have a seat, so we were standing. And we started brainstorming about what it is that we want to do long-term in our lives when we get back home from our travels. And we started toying with the idea of yoga retreats and various other things. And we realized that we love bed and breakfast, and we also love yoga. Both my husband and I are yoga practitioners, and we're meditators, and we like spreading wellness to people. And I was already doing that in the city at multiple studios. So when we got back, we started to explore different options and places to live outside of Vancouver, somewhere in nature, in the trees. And that brought us to Bowen. And the dream sort of started very small in our current property, and it has grown over the past few years into something bigger than we even dreamed, but it's been a very beautiful journey.
Well, when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that your summer was very busy and you were yearning for the summers of your childhood.
We hope to sort of weave in the whole idea of space and mindfulness into our lives, which we do try to do on a daily basis. But as a small business owner and, having a high demand with a small amount of space, there's always a lot to do. So we're still trying to find that balance between busyness and fullness and, space and peace. And I think that's maybe will happen for years to come. Like, how do we find that path of equanimity?
So how did you get into yoga in the first place?
Well, for myself, when I was 21, decided to go to India and live and work and study in an ashram there. And I did that because I just wanted to know myself more. I had no intention of becoming a teacher or necessarily even diving into a yogic lifestyle. I just felt an inner call to know a bit more about who I really was, and I still am trying to learn that. I think it's a daily and probably a lifelong process, but that's how my journey started. And when I came home, many teaching opportunities arose, and I worked in the corporate world, but in the evening I would go and teach. And basically that's how it all began, and I slowly transitioned my life from being corporate to being more yoga, and now it's fully yoga, which is something that I never thought would happen, but it was, the path that I was supposed to take in this life. So Here we are.
Yeah, and for me, I also, went to university and got a good job and was living downtown and doing that whole thing, but there was something that I just wasn't happy, and it kind of hit me like a brick wall one day, and I was like, wow, I'm really not happy. And it started from there, and slowly started to become more conscious of the food that I ate and just environment and animal wellness and things like that. And it grew from there to the point where I just sort of started to get more and more involved in a yogic lifestyle, and Andrea somewhere along that journey, and here we are.
Now, I also know that you actually take groups to other places in the world to do classes. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Well, my last retreat, Sat and I actually co-led a retreat to Morocco in a beautiful villa outside of Marrakesh. And basically, I used to teach many more exotic retreats in Greece, in Iceland, in Spain, Morocco several times, Hawaii, and so on. I do a little bit less of that now just because our focus is more on Bowen Island, but I still do teach international retreats once a year. And the idea is that you can go someplace beautiful and have mindful food, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, sugar-free, all those things. So it's a detox as well. Yeah. And have, wellness classes and meditation and conscious movement and breath work and beautiful excursions along the way. So Morocco is full of much beauty and design, and we went to the markets and we went to the hammam and had spa treatments and had amazing dinners under the stars, and beautiful music and different cultures. So I like to give my guests those international experiences as well. Yeah.
What was it that attracted you about Bowen Island and caused you to decide to come here?
I think for us, like our search was pretty far and wide, so it's actually kind of interesting that we landed on Bowen, because we didn't look at it at first. We looked all around Bowen, at the Gulf Islands, and we had Gambier, and up to Sunshine, or the Sea to Sky. And for some reason, I really don't even know why, we just never really looked at Bowen. I think part of it we thought, oh, it's probably too expensive, or I can't even remember what the reason was.
It may be because of, like a lot of people in Vancouver, you'd never heard of it.
Yeah, you just drive past it, you don't think about it. And then Andrew had been, I'd been to Bowen just for day hikes, like up Mount Gardner, and then we kind of, after we looked all kind of exhausted our search everywhere else, said, oh, let's go to Bowen. And so came here for a weekend, had a interesting but fun weekend on Bowen, and then one thing led to another, and we realized like it's kind of got that perfect balance of being rural, but there's still amenities here. Like some of the islands don't have any real amenities, so Bowen has sort of one of everything that you would want or could need. And even that 20-minute ferry ride, you just feel like you're totally far away from the city, and that space is what we're looking for, and Bowen kind of has that. For us, so.
And everyone who stays with us, they comment that there's so many other amazing islands to go to, obviously, but the journey there is long, and you can leave here on a Sunday afternoon and be home in an hour if you live in Vancouver, and that's pretty special to us too. And then it has obviously an amazing energy and magnetic field here, I think, and many people recognize that when they stay with us. So,
what's your favorite thing about Bowen?
Just our proximity to nature. It's enabled us to really embrace the change of the seasons, and just step outside and you're in a forest and you're close to the ocean and you can go for a walk in the trees. And I think that that's such a beautiful gift, and one that many people are missing in the city, just because you have to actually make a conscious effort to go to nature there, whereas here it's in your backyard. Any
favorite
places on Bowen?
Well, I think that for places to hang out is definitely Grafton Lake. It's actually where I proposed to Andrea, and we often go for walks or swimming there, and it's just a really nice, quiet place on Bowen.
Yeah, that's definitely our special place. But we love to support all the local businesses. We recommend that all of our guests eat at one of the many restaurants and cafes, and we bring a lot of people to Bowen, and since we're a small business, we also like to connect with others and make sure that they're well supported all year round. Yeah.
What's the best way for somebody to contact you?
Through our website. We have a very clear and easy online booking system, so our calendar is up to date, and we are quite full this year, but we have some weekday availability left until the end of the year. And we're booking into 2019 for weekends, so.
It's probably part and parcel of all that good Facebook marketing you do.
Yes. I can credit that to my sister. She owns a social media company, so we don't actually do our social media. That's done by Social Tea.
Is there anything that I kind of missed that you'd like to add to?
I think for us, our intention with our business was to create a conscious space that is equal, balanced, beautiful, thoughtful design, and conscious attention to detail, yoga, meditation, healthy food. And there are many, many retreat centers all around that offer beautiful experiences. But for us, we just wanted something that's close to the city, that's sort of yoga retreat light. So if you don't want a full immersion and you don't want to necessarily be with a group the whole weekend, it's a personal experience. Many people come here to read, to write, to finish creative or personal projects, and to have time in nature, and to have an equal balance of socialization and then kind of introspection. And that's our goal, and that's what we've been attracting, so we look forward to welcoming many more people.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you both so much. This has been terrific.
Thanks.